the music back? Ready?
Yeah. Hey, good morning, everyone. We had some technical difficulties. We're trying to stream this live from the main Facebook Woods Yoga Facebook group, not just the community group. But for some reason, it didn't let us do that. Christine's still trying to figure it out. But we'll get started. Give you guys just a couple of minutes to settle in and get over to the right, get over to the correct page. We apologize for that. And start to come into child's pose. Let's start in child's pose. Not my favorite shape to start a class with for myself, but a really nice way to get grounded and just let go, right? So close the eyes, sit back into the heels, and start to cultivate a nice soft Ujjayi breath. Not a lot of effort. So long, deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. If you're in child's pose, maybe roll your forehead side to side on your mat. Maybe start to lengthen your arms and reach as far forward as possible and send your hips back toward your heels as much as possible. If you took a seat, a nice easy seat to start your practice, eyes are closed, face, jaw, very soft, let go over the tension in your jaw. And start to increase the length of your inhales. And then the slight pause at the top, just a slight pause, not too long, and a very long exhale. Right. Let's add some time to this. Let's start to inhale for a count of 5. Inhale, 4, 3, 2. Pause at the top, and then exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the bottom now. Pause at the bottom. Slight pause. And then slowly start to fill up again. Let's start to lengthen that inhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top. And then slowly release. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the bottom. Allow the pause to be natural, right? You're not holding. And then when you're ready to inhale, fill up again for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top. Maybe a little bit of a smile. Hold it. And then the need to exhale slowly. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the bottom. Natural pause. The need to inhale, fill up. Last one. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Hold. And then release. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the bottom. And then natural, spontaneous breath. Just breathe freely, eyes closed. Whether you're on your back, child's pose, or seated. And then very slowly start to make your way into a nice easy table. And from that table, start to spin your elbows toward your feet, right? Toward the back of your room, the back of your mat. And then start to inhale, lift your chin, lift your tail. Let the belly fall. And then use your exhale to round to your cat posture. Let's take that same breath work. Inhale for 5, 4, 3. Move slowly, undulating through the spine. 2, 1. Pause. And then from the pelvis, start to round into your cat posture. Articulate from the pelvis first. Wave through the spine. Chin starts to tuck. 3, 2, 1. Pause. And then inhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale, round. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Last time. Inhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's come into a neutral table. Extend your right leg back. Take your left arm, reach it forward. Lift your right toes. Good. Keep lifting, reaching. Push the earth away from you with your right hand. Good. Start to bend your right knee. Reach around with your left hand. Tap your right heel. Reach forward with the left hand. Take your right toes out to the right side of the room. Reach your right leg back. Sweep around with the left hand. Tap the heel. Good. Reach the left arm forward. Right leg reaches out. Maybe keep it lifted. Good. Reach back. Tap. Let's do that 2 more times. Reaching forward with the left hand. Right leg reaches out wide, wide, wide. And then reach back. Tap. 1 more. Reach. Extend. Maybe tap the floor with the big toe. Tap your heel with the left fingers. Come back to center, and then lower slowly. Take it right over to the other side. Left leg reaches back, right arm reaches forward, and lift everything up high. Good. Now take the right hand, bend the left knee, reach around and tap the left heel. Reach the right arm forward, take the left leg, reach it out to the side, maybe tap the floor with the big toe. Sweep around, tap the heel. Reaching forward with the right hand, left leg reaches out. Tap. Tap the heel. Just 3 more. Reaching, tap. Good. 2 more. Reach, tap with the big toe. Sweep back, tap the heel. 1 more. Reach, tap. Sweep back, tap. Lengthen. And release. Good. Let's sit back in child's pose 1 more time before we start to flow. A little longer through the arms this time. Maybe a little sway side to side. And breathing into the sides of the body. So as you shift into one direction, breathe into that sensation. And then take it to the other side. Good. Let's come back to a neutral table. Tuck your toes, let your knees hover 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. And just be here, pause, breathe. Long inhale through the nose. Slight retention, right? When you start to apply effort, no need to hold on to that breath. Now just imagine the evenness of the inhale and the exhale. For 3, for 2, knees are still hovering, and then 1, exhale, downward facing dog. Good. And start to pedal into your feet. And then pedal, if you choose to pedal into your feet, do that with intention. Right? Do it because it feels good, because your body is asking you, it's speaking to you, and it's asking for movement, right? To build sensation. Or maybe it's stillness that your body's asking for. So pay attention to that, listen. So we've talked so many times before in many classes about this idea of reacting versus responding. Boy, have we been put to the test on how to respond intelligently, correctly, appropriately, versus just reacting, right? Take your right leg, reach it way up high to the sky. Bend your knee, peel your hip open. And then very slowly float your right foot between your hands. Drop your left knee to the earth and reach your arms up high. Reach up. Start to lift your heart to the sky. Look up.
Start to open the throat. Lift your chin a little higher. Maybe push into the right heel, the ball of the right foot. Good. Take a big breath in here. On the exhale, frame your front foot, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and just pause here. And then pulse into this space. Left hip flexor opening, right hamstring opening. 5, 4, just slight pulses. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's step that back, plank pose. Drop your hips, lift your heart. And then take it right to downward facing dog. From down dog, let's take the left leg to the sky. Bend the left knee, peel your hip open. Lift the right heel high. And float your left foot between your hands. And drop your back knee to the earth. Reach your arms up, Anjaneyasana, reach up. Look up. Maybe goalpost arms for this one. So you're opening through the top of the chest. Collarbone spread. Fill that area with breath. Maybe lift the left heel. Inhale, reach your arms back up to the sky. Exhale, frame your front foot, tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, pause. And then just pulse in here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. This time I'm going to step the right foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. So first ragdoll, really drop in here. Big bend in the knees, let the belly relax on top of or between the thighs. A little sway side to side. And start to use your fingertips on the earth in front of your toes and push the earth away. Lengthen your legs. So we'll come into this halfway lift, this flat back. But instead of flattening the back, let's round it, right? So we'll find this the essence of cat and cow here. So find your cat shape first. Tuck your chin. Tuck your chin. Lift your heels slightly. And feel all the muscles underneath your arms stretch. Your lats. Maybe coming into the obliques, right around the rib cage. Feel that stretch. And then start to lift your chin, lift your tail. Maybe a soft bend in the knees, maybe the heels stay lifted. And then start to flatten your back, maybe even create that natural arch in the lower back. And just feel that. Start to lengthen your legs maybe. And then we'll round that into a cat posture one more time. Start to lift your hips. Tuck your chin, round your upper back. Use your fingertips pressing into the earth to help you, assist you in opening that upper back, right between the shoulder blades. Feel that space. And then one more time, let's take that right into the cow posture, lifting your chin, lift your tail slightly. Heart lifting. Maybe the legs get a little bit longer. Big breath here, and then fold on the exhale. Let's step back to plank pose. So we're going to take this into chaturanga. I'll be skipping chaturanga again today just for the sake of my shoulder. You can skip it as well. Come right into upward facing dog. Maybe toes are tucked. Give your hips some space. Good. And then take it right back to downward facing dog. Take your right leg back up to the sky. Step your foot between your hands. Drop your back knee, reach your arms up for one breath. Inhale. Exhale, frame your front foot. Step back, plank pose. Drop your hips, lift your heart. Take it back to downward facing dog. Take your left leg up to the sky. Step your foot between your hands. Drop your back knee, reach up. And then the exhale takes your hands all the way back down. Step back to plank pose. Lower your hips, lift your heart, and let's meet up and down dog. Okay. Inhale, lift your heels high, bend your knees, step, walk, jump, float, or fly to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, let it go. Inhale to rise up to standing. Reach your arms up to the sky. Look up. Reach up. And then exhale. Start to reach out in front of you as you fold in half. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plank pose. Chaturanga if you choose. Or let's just meet up in downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale, lift your heels high. Bend your knees, step, jump, float, maybe even fly to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Use your entire inhale to just rise up to standing. Sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, reach out in front. Fold in half. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Step back to plank pose, lower halfway or all the way. Maybe just drop the hips, lift your heart. And then exhale, down dog. 3 breaths. Let's do that one more time. Lift your heels high, bend your knees. Feet to hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, drop in, fold. Inhale, rise up. Stay with me here, reach up. Take your right hand, grab your left wrist, and reach over to the right side of the room. Maybe a soft bend in the elbows. Push into the edge of your left foot. Good. Come back up to center. Reach. Grab onto your right wrist with your left hand and soft bend in the elbows and reach over to the left. Pushing into the edge of the right foot. Inhale, reach back up. Lift your heels. Touch the sky, lift your heels, look up. Good. Keep your heels lifted and fold in half. Reaching forward slowly, slowly, slowly. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Heel toe your feet together to touch. Big toes touch. Reach your arms behind you like airplane wings. And then very slowly, slowly start to reach your arms out in front. Sit a little deeper. So fingers are reaching forward, straight out in front. Draw your shoulder blades back, sit a little bit deeper. Sit a little deeper for 5, for 4, for 3, maybe close the eyes. For 2. Big breath in. Exhale, forward, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plank pose. Choose your path to downward facing dog. Maybe wave yourself forward, just drop your hips and lift your heart. Right? If chaturanga is not your thing this morning. And let's take it to downward facing dog. Go ahead, take your right leg way up high to the sky. Step your foot between your hands. Drop your left foot flat. Reach your arms behind you and breathe. And then just pull your belly off of your thigh. Just pull it off, maybe just with breath. Start to wrap your shoulder blades around your spine. And then very slowly, slowly, using and working against the foundation of your feet, reach your arms up to the sky. Look up. So pulling through this right hip flexor, draw back. Draw your right heel toward the back of your mat. Pressing to the edge of the left foot and pull your left kneecap up into your quadricep. And breathe. Take a breath in. On the exhale, reach your hands forward, pause. For 3, just for the first one, we hold these poses, strengthening the foundation for 2. And then hands to there, step back to plank pose. And then choose your unique path to downward facing dog. From down dog, let's take the left leg way up high to the sky. Step your foot between your hands, drop your right foot flat. Take your arms, reach them back behind you, pull your belly off your thigh. Start to open and broaden through your chest. Fingers reaching back. Very lively in the hands, right? Spreading the hands, pulling your pinkies down toward the earth. And then very slowly, again, working against the foundation of your legs, Sweep your arms up to the sky. Warrior one. And start to go back to this idea of reacting versus responding, right? Really paying attention, listening to your body. So we're not filling your head with what should be, what might be, what was. Just be what is right now. Breath in together. Exhale, reach the hands out in front for 3. Lift your left toes, all 5 toes in the left foot, lift. For 2. Hands to the earth, step back to plank pose. Let's meet up and down dog. Two more breaths here. Another big breath in. Exhale, let it out. Lift your heels high. Bend your knees, bring your feet to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Keep your feet hip-width distance apart. Sit low in your chair. Reach your arms out in front of you once again, just like we did in the last chair, except the feet are apart. Pretend you have a block between your thighs and you're squeezing that block without moving the legs. Sit a little lower. For 5. For 4. Sit a little bit deeper. For 3. Respond to this. Don't react to it. Respond with intelligence, right? Your intelligence, your calmness, your peace. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank pose. Choose your path to downward facing dog. Maybe 2, 3, 4 chaturangas, why not? And then down dog. Okay. Take your right leg up to the sky. Step your foot between your hands. Drop your left foot flat. Reach your arms back behind you. And then reach up with the breath. Inhale. Warrior one. Look up, get a little bit taller. Inhale. Stay with me. Exhale, reach forward. Lift your left heel. Lift your left toes. Warrior three. Arms reaching forward. If that's too much for the shoulders, bring the arms behind you. Breathe. And then little pulses here in the right knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay with me here. Bend into the right knee. Left foot drops flat. Warrior two. And broaden. I don't know if you can see Chewy, one of our cats, making sure I'm rooted in my back leg. I know, I'm pushing into the edge of the foot, baby. I got it. Keep reaching. Soften. Notice if you're hiking your shoulders, relax the shoulders. Start to engage all the muscles underneath the arms. Magnetize the feet in toward each other. Pull in nice and tight. For 3. For 2. And 1. Let's reverse that warrior. Reach up. Reach down with the left hand. And then very slowly, slowly. Exhale. Pivot onto the ball of the left foot. Arms reach forward for a breath. Hands to the earth. Step back to plank pose. And find downward facing dog any way you choose. Take your left leg way up high to the sky. Step your foot between your hands. Drop your right foot flat. Sweep your arms back. Inhale brings you up. Warrior one. Big breath in. Stay here for the exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Start to hover forward, pivoting onto the ball of the right foot. And then float into warrior three. And when you're ready, take those little pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend into the left knee. Drop your right foot flat. Open warrior two. So this is a big posture. We're here for 10 breaths, right? So start to settle into the breath, every breath. And apply just what you need. Just enough effort to sustain the pose. Magnetize the feet very lightly toward each other. Maybe close Close your eyes. Maybe small movements pulsing into the left foot. Maybe stillness is the way you're responding to these postures this morning. 4 more breaths. Two. Inhale, reverse. Keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching, stretching, opening. And then very slowly, cartwheel your hands forward, pivot onto the ball of the right foot, pause here. And then slowly bring your hands to the earth, step back to plank pose, and choose your path to downward facing dog. From down dog, lift your heels high, bend your knees, bring your feet to your hands. I'm going to give you options for chair pose. Feet hip width distance apart, or big toes touching. You choose. Reach the arms behind you, sit deep in your chair. Reach your arms forward and slightly upward. Sit a little deeper. That's it. Again, if your feet are separated, pretend you have a block between your thighs and you're squeezing that block without moving your legs. For 5. For 4. For 3. For 2. Take a big breath in. Exhale, fold. Ha. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plank pose. Choose your path to downward facing dog. From down dog, let's take the right leg up to the sky. Step your foot between your hands. Good. We're going to drop the back knee down to the earth. Reach your arms up. We've already been here. Bring your hands into your heart center. Hover forward. Let's take a twist to the right. So left tricep comes across right thigh. Left tricep, right thigh. Some of you might stay here with the knee drop down to the earth. Some of you might tuck your left toes and lift that left knee. And twist a little deeper. Some of you might drop your left hand to the inside of the right foot and take your right arm up to the sky. Breathe. And then very slowly, take your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Drop your left foot flat. Take your left arm to the sky, just reversing the twist. Breathe. Some of you might bind this shape, taking your left hand at your lower back, right hand underneath your right hamstring. And take what you need here. And then very slowly, place your right hand in the earth. I'm going to step the right foot back. I have to modify this from my shoulder. We're coming into side plank. So with this side plank, I'm dropping my right knee, right fingertips on the earth, left arm reaches the sky. And then I lift my left foot. So any variation here that you like, if you have one knee drop down to the earth, maybe you take the bind of the left foot with the left hand. Spinning the left side of your chest toward the sky. Look up. And then slowly start to release that. Come back to plank pose. Choose your path to downward facing dog. Take your left leg way up high to the sky. Step your foot between your hands. Drop your back knee, reach up. Preparing for that twist. Draw your hands to heart center. Twisting over to the left. Right tricep hooks across left thigh. Now you can stay here, twisting with that back knee down, or you can tuck your right toes and lift the right knee for a deeper twist. A little more engagement of the legs and core. Breathe. Twist a little bit deeper before we release the hand to the earth. Try to maintain that deep twist. Take your right hand to the inside of the left foot. Left arm reaches the sky. And then very slowly, take your left hand to the inside of your left foot. Drop your right foot flat. Take your right arm either to the sky or to your chest, or maybe reach your arm overhead. Maybe reach behind you. Take what you need here. Maybe bind the shape. Taking the left arm under the left hamstring, right hand at lower back. Spinning the right side of the chest to the sky. And then from here, we'll simply step back to side plank. Left hand places in the ground. Try to float your left foot back, coming into traditional side plank, or drop your left knee if you need that for modification. And breathe. For 5, for 4, 3, for 2, and 1. Hands to the earth. Step back to plank pose and make your way to downward facing dog. And then from down dog, just drop your knees to the earth and just take a moment to check in. Either sitting on your heels or sitting between your heels. Eyes are closed. And try to find that evenness of breath the way we started our practice. Long inhales. Very slight pause when the heart rate is elevated. Natural pause, and then the exhale. If you feel a shortness of breath, start to inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Good. And let's start to make our way back into table. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. And then from down dog, let's take the feet to the hands. Separate your feet hip width distance. We're going to come into a twist with the feet separated, a little different today. We're going to reach the arms up to the sky. We're coming into that chair twist. Draw your hands into your heart center. So we'll take the twist to the right to start. Pretend you're squeezing that block between your thighs. Don't move your legs. Try not to move the legs and twist against that strong foundation with the feet separated. Breathe. Bringing your chest to your thumbs, center of your chest to your thumbs. Big breath in here. And then exhale, fold. Take your hands underneath your feet, the balls of the feet, and start to massage into the wrist creases. Lift your hips, maybe bend the elbows, tuck your chin. Take what you need here, lengthening the lower spine, relaxing your upper back. Start to lengthen the backs of the legs a little bit more as you surrender into these sensations, right? Just let it go. Let gravity take over. Sometimes pushing into these poses, that's your reaction, right? Looking for a deep sensation, another edge, another challenge. But you're like banging your head against the wall sometimes. Maybe ease up on that effort and just let gravity take over. Let's start to take that twist to the other side. Make your way all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up high. Start to bring your hands into your heart center as you sit into that chair. Same thing, feet are about hip width distance. Start to take the twist to the left. Again, you're squeezing an imaginary block between your thighs without moving those legs. And then twist against that strong foundation. Notice if that right knee buckles in, start to pull it out, and squeezing that imaginary block for 3, for 2, and 1. Exhale, let it go. Grab onto your big toes with your peace fingers. And then start to lift just lift the tail, lengthen your arms, round the middle of the back, the upper middle back, and then start to drop your heart down toward your thighs. Again, just enough effort to find release and find that sweet sensation. Try to feel the weight of the head, the neck, the shoulders. And then slowly, let's make our way out of that shape and slowly make your way up to standing. Find mountain pose here. Arms by your sides, palms facing forward. And just breathe. Notice if you're holding on to tension in the backs of the legs, your glutes, just try to relax that. Maybe take the feet apart a little more, give your pelvis some space. Start to come into some balance poses. Start to rock into your left foot. And then start to take pressure off the right foot. And then start to take your right leg over your left. We're coming into eagle. Right arm underneath left arm. If that's not available, bring your hands to your heart center. Soft bend in the standing leg. Press the palms together. If you're taking this action of the hands, press them together with intention. So you're pulling into the center line of your body with your legs, your arms, your hands. And let the eyes relax and just focus. Just be. Just responding to the sensation, keeping your mind free and clear. And then slowly make your way out of that shape, shake it up. Let's take that right over to the other side. Left leg over. Left arm under or hands at heart center. Soft bend in the standing leg. Use your eyes to help you steady the pose. So if you're looking around your room and your mind is occupied with what you see, try to focus, use your drishti, focus on something that's not moving, something that can ground you, and your body will follow. Good, and slowly make your way out of that shape. We're going to take that one more time on each side, except we'll be adding on. So let's find eagle on the right, right leg over, right arm under, or bring your hands to heart center. We're not here as long. Start to lift your right knee. Start to grab onto your big toe with your left peace fingers. Some of you might just take the twist, taking your left hand to the outside of the right thigh, and that's great, right? If that's where you're at, honor that. Some of you might have the extension of the right leg. Left arm reaching behind. And slowly come back to center. Keep that right leg lifted. Right into warrior three. We've already been here. Right into warrior three. Challenging on that left foot, I know. Maybe a soft bend in that standing leg. And start to fold over your left leg. And so we're going to bring this into a standing split. We're going to bring it very, very slowly from warrior three. Start to lift your right heel. Start to lower your belly toward your thigh, chest toward your thigh, and then slowly bring your fingertips toward the earth, hang onto your left ankle, right leg left side. And then slowly lower your right foot to meet your left foot, and come right into ragdoll. Very slowly release your fingertips toward the earth and slowly make your way up to standing. We'll take that right over to the other side. So this time, eagle, left leg over, left arm under, or hands at heart center. Start to cultivate that calmness through your eyes, your breath. Start to lift your left knee. Maybe take the twist to the left by taking your right hand over your left thigh, or grab onto your left big toe with your right peace fingers and maybe extend that leg up. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 3, for 2, and then 1. Start to draw your left heel back. Wait for it, warrior 3. So important to find balance in these crazy times, right? Everything's been thrown out of balance. Remember when this first started and I started to get back into my yoga practice, standing postures, even the big standing postures with both feet on the floor seem to be very difficult. And as I get back into a routine, my balance is much better. My balance through the day is better. And then slowly start to lift your left heel as you float your belly on top of your right thigh. And then your heart down towards your thigh. Fingertips to the earth, and finally coming into standing split. And then slowly lower your left foot to meet your right foot. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. And then rise up on an inhale, come up to standing. Take one more balance pose. We'll take tree pose. And we'll take tree pose standing on the left foot. We'll take the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Hands at heart center to start. And then you decide where you go from here. Maybe fingers touching lightly. Elbows bent, sitting right over the crown of the head. Or maybe arms reach. And let's just be here. For 5, for 4, for 3, I lied, 10 breaths, 3 more. One more breath in together. And then slowly, mindfully come out of the shape the same way we came in, right? With honor, with grace. And then we'll take that right over to the other side, balancing on your left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Hands at heart center to start with. And then you decide what to do with your hands. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands back to heart center, slowly, slowly, and then lower your left foot to the earth. Now let's just find mountain pose here. Just maybe rock into the feet. Squeeze the floor with your toes, and then release the pressure and soften your shoulders, your head, your neck, your jaw. Try to release tension in the body. Reach your arms up to the sky, look up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, plank pose. Some of you might have to walk forward to the front of your mat to come into plank, and then choose your path to downward facing dog. Take your right leg way up high to the sky. Step your foot between your hands. Drop your left foot flat, and let's find warrior 1. Reach up. Start to bring your hands into your heart center. Lift your left heel so you're pivoting onto the ball of the left foot. Open warrior 2. Start to lengthen your right leg and reach forward, coming into triangle pose. Take your time here, reaching forward with the right hand. And allow the right hand to float on top of the right ankle or the top of the foot, maybe a block on either side of your foot. Take your left arm to the sky. Start to pull your right hip back slightly, and as you peel your left hip open, try to feel that space. So you're not collapsing into the right leg. Right. Now start to bring your left fingertips toward the earth, framing your front foot. Heel toe your left foot forward, up toward the front of your mat, maybe a footprint or two. Left hand to the inside of the right foot. Take your right arm and reach it up to the sky. You look up at your right hand, and then slowly frame your front foot, finding pyramid pose, fingertips on the earth or blocks. Left heel can be lifted, right? So if you need a modified version of this shape, and today I actually do, it feels better in my right hamstring to have the left heel lifted. To frame your front foot, bend your right knee, step back to plank pose, and let's meet up in downward facing dog. Take your left leg up to the sky, step your foot between your hands, drop the right foot flat, warrior one. Reach up. Start to draw your hands into your heart center. Lift your right heel, pivot onto the ball of the right foot as you open, warrior two. So build this foundation. This is the foundation for the next few poses. Right? Start to lengthen your left leg. Float your left fingertips forward. Finding triangle pose. So again, not collapsing into that left hip. So draw that hip back, lengthening the back of the leg, and then opening through the right hip flexor. Spin the right side of your chest up toward the sky. And then slowly start to bring your hands to the earth. Heel toe your right foot forward slightly, maybe 2 footprints. Right hand to the inside of the left foot. Pull the left hip back as you lengthen the left leg, reach your left arm to the sky. One more big breath in, and then exhale. Frame your front foot. Get some length in your spine and your arms, your legs. Maybe readjust your feet for pyramid pose. Soft bend in the standing leg. Maybe start to fold over the left thigh. Maybe leading with your heart, drawing the left hip back. Notice the difference in the sensation. So to frame your front foot, let's step back to plank pose. Choose your path to downward facing dog. And then lower to your shins. Come onto your backs. Just come right down to your backs, and we'll come right into bridge pose. We'll come into bridge, maybe even wheel pose this morning. Start to press your hands into the earth. Start to lift your hips and walk your shoulder blades in toward your spine. Keep pushing the feet down and away. So you're getting the stretch in the tops of the thighs. Maybe right up into the hip flexors. And with your feet, without moving your feet, try to squeeze that imaginary block between your thighs without moving your legs. Notice the difference in the engagement. Slowly lower. And maybe take the feet together as a touch. And just setting up for your second back bend, bridge or wheel pose. Take what you need. Wherever you are, try a little deeper, maybe a little softer, right? Sometimes deeper just means letting go, surrendering. Doesn't mean push more, doesn't mean apply more effort. then slowly release. Soles of the feet together. Supta Baddha Konasana. Just let that settle for a moment. Bring the soles of the feet to the earth. And take your hands behind your knees. Let's rock ourselves up to a seat. Don't get too comfortable. Coming right into Navasana. And then from Navasana, you're going to cradle your head in your hands. And we'll take bicycles from Navasana. Right? So we're going to extend the left leg. Take your left elbow to the inside of the right thigh. Make contact. And then just pedal. And pedal. And pedal. 20. 19. 18. 17. 16. 15, 14, 13, 12, nice and slow, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, make contact, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, grab onto your big toes, and hold. You can have a bend in the knees, that's fine. Just breathe here in stillness. Like we did with our balance poses, use your eyes. Steady your breath. And steady the shape. And then very slowly, slowly rock onto your backs. Waterfall. Moment to just allow that fluid to run through your body. Press your lower back into the earth. And then from here, some of you might come right into shoulder stand. I'll stay in waterfall, but feel free to bring it right up into shoulder stand, maybe even into plow pose. Let's rock ourselves up to a seat. This time, coming into setting up a half pigeon. Let's keep the right shin forward and then bring the left leg back. Use your hands to set up for this so that you're lengthening your left leg by pressing into the ball of the left foot. Right hip drops down slightly. Walk your forearms to the earth, maybe your forehead. Any variation that you need here on the shape, if you need to take the bind of the back foot, if you need to sit on your right glute, bend the knee, take dare pose, you can take that variation as well. Another couple of breaths here. And let's try this. We're going to start to make the transition without hands. So we're going to drop your right glute to the earth, lift your arms off the earth. Sweep your left leg forward, cross it on your mat. Sweep your right leg back. And then finally using your hands to find length in the right leg. Always like to remind everyone to add movement. If it feels good, if it feels right to you, just add a little bit of movement with breath. So your inhale, move in one direction, exhale, sink a little deeper. Very soft. No effort. Couple more breaths here. Start to lower your left glute toward the earth. Lift your hands and your arms and sweep your right leg forward. Sweep your left leg forward. Reach your arms up to the sky. And then start to reach for the toes. Reach toward your toes, maybe sit your hands sitting over your toes and just pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Maybe grab onto the tops of the feet, pull your heart forward, and then fold in. Try to soften now. So those first 10 breaths, sometimes you're pushing, you're looking for more length and creating resistance. Right? For the next 10 breaths, try to let go. Maybe even let go of the feet, soften everything. Start to walk your hands back. We'll take fish pose. I'll try to do this. This is a nice stretch for the front of my shoulders, if I can do this. We're going to take the hands, place them right underneath your bum, and start to come down to the forearms. And then as you come down toward your forearms, you might start to drop your head back, and then push your heart to the sky. Point your toes forward. Big heart opener here. So pushing the heart up, pulling your chin away from your chest. Maybe some of you might even lift your feet. And slowly, slowly make your way out of the shape. Come onto your backs. And then hug both the knees into your chest. And then keep the depth of the shape, and then just release your arms out by your sides. So we're just going to work on a little bit of movement with breath. You're going to take the knees, relax your head. Take the knees, drop them off to the right. Lift the knees, bring them over to the left. Take your gaze over your right shoulder. Take your knees back over to the right. Inhale back to center, exhale left. Inhale center, exhale right. Let gravity take over. Back to center, over to the left. One more time to the right. One more time to the left. Back to center. One more big hug and squeeze in tight. Squeeze everything, eyes, nose, fingers and toes. Take a breath in, and then like a slingshot, exhale to Shavasana. Start to release all effort. Start to bathe in this relaxation.
Try to respond to this pose by letting go with every breath. Just a little more relaxing, a little more surrender.
Try to take 5